What's happening lately with Facebook copywriting? Are you also seeing on your feed only one or two letters showing in the copy? Does that mean that copywriting doesn't matter anymore? And what can you do to make sure that your copy still shows up below your ads if you're a marketer? Well, here's the thing. I want to show you in today's video why this is happening, and second of all, how you can make sure to prevent this from happening with your own ads. It's been a quite interesting phenomenon lately that a lot of people have seen popping up on their feed where for some reason it just seems like you don't even see the full line anymore of copy, right? Some users usually see only one line, some see two lines, but nowadays people are seeing as little as one letter of the copy. So with that being said, if you don't know who I am, my name is Justin and I'm the founder at paidadvertising.com, an e-commerce marketing agency specializing in elevating thriving brands by simplifying e-commerce growth. With that being said, let's get straight into it. So if you're unfamiliar with that, I'm just gonna put two images on screen right now that I think hammer to point home, which there's very few texts being showed before the ad, and those are images that I've seen circulating on Twitter in the last week, and I wanted to address that because I've also seen similar experiments in the past with ads popping up on my feed. Now here's the thing, a lot of people, clients of ours included, are worried about what it means to have more AI or machine learning on Facebook. Well, quite frankly, it means things like these. So if you go and look about the standard enhancements that you can now do with what Facebook calls Advantage Plus creatives, those are the followings, right? Basically, what's happening with this copy that you're seeing is as simple as a standard enhancement where Facebook deems that you're more likely to convert on your end by only seeing one letter of the copy. And again, those are tests that Facebook is actually doing to your audience. Well, it seems like it's kind of working because I've actually also worked in the past with a lot of organic content creation agencies, and they've told me that doing on purpose spelling mistakes in short form content or in just long form content pieces actually creates engagement. Like, people comment based on that, and it creates like this algorithm flywheel where people interact more with the post itself. Well, think about it that way. That's kind of what Facebook is doing here. They're actually making the user more interested by making it look odd, if that makes sense, with the ad. So some of the enhancements that Facebook can do are listed right here on their own website. Again, I'm taking this from an article that they have themselves, which they talk about media enhancements. So increase the quality and user appeal of the image or video provided, such as adjusting image brightness and contrast, applying artistic filters, varying aspect ratio, adding templates to feed images, add level compositional changes, which is where, like, it's pretty interesting. They're changing components of the ad itself, which adding labels as an example right here. So they could highlight the way that the likes or engagements are showing, right? The reactions below the ad. Or they could choose to display specific comments to you only, where somebody else opens this ad, they wouldn't see the same comments as you do. Different text combinations may appear as like primary text, headline, and description, right? Where they change the way that this shows up. Some of the ways that I've seen it for description is where Facebook takes the meta description that you would have on your website as an example, or the landing page that you are directing traffic to. That's what shows up below your ad. Same thing for headlines sometimes, where it picks up something that is on the website. So that said, I want to bring your attention to one sentence that they say, which they basically close out this article with it. The variation presented will be based on what Meta anticipates that each person is most likely to respond to. So you will not see every possible version in your Meta Ads Manager preview, which is where it's interesting. As a ads agency, it's hard for me to believe that, I have clients that sometimes are very picky when it comes to branding. And I can't always just show them ad previews knowing that they would see every single way that their ad would show. What this means is that everybody who is concerned about branding, honestly, I would advise to step the foot off the gas. You have to let loose a little bit and let the ad platform optimize, just like Google, right? Google in the last year has removed expensive text ads, which now it's only responsive text ads that you can have with it, which therefore gives you different possible combinations how your ad text can show up on a Google search ad. That again removes control over branding, but it adds, usually it's to the advantage of results. Obviously, Google won't show a combination, just like Facebook won't show a combination that doesn't convert. It's not in their best interest to do that, and you got to keep that in mind. Most people forget that they think they're renting ad space on Facebook and that they want full control over it because they're the brand, they're paying for these ads, they should have control over how it looks. Look, at the end of the day, Facebook's goal is that you make more money with their platform. Because if you don't, you're not going to come back. You're not going to spend more and they're going to lose money. So their whole incentive is to make sure that you make money and get the best results possible with their platform. Which means that if they're going to create an AI and machine learning algorithm that is supposed to help your ads, well, you best believe that it's in their best incentive to help you get better ad results, because they want to make sure that you come back, or else they're not going to make earnings, they're not going to have good results like in their next quarter, and then stock's going to go down, and you know the drill. So that said, Meta will only usually show these variations to people that will best react towards it. And it's funny, like, why did I see these screenshots on Twitter? Well, it's because people thought it was funny. It's because people reacted to seeing only one letter. That's the whole point with it. Now, you might be telling me, well, Justin, we don't know if they converted into a sale. Right, that's true. Facebook knows that though. They know, right? If your objective is to convert for an engagement, then they might do some weird stuff with those ads. If their objective is to convert, they're obviously not going to keep on showing a combination of ad. It's not going to convert. So keep in mind, the way you see an ad on your feed moving forward is not indicative of how everybody else is going to see that ad. They might see thousands of different variations, small variations, small tweaks, one letter more, different headline, whatever, than you might see on your feed, because Facebook or Google thinks this is what's best for your audience. So before we come to a conclusion, no, copywriting isn't dead. No, copywriting isn't going away. You still need to use copy. You still need to come up with your own copy. It's still important. It's still part of the conversion cycle, but don't get too attached to it. Now, some parts of that copy may be shown or not. And I would, again, think this is up to your advantage. Think about it this way. If I was a master copywriter or marketer back in the 50s or the 60s, right? The only medium I had was print. I had a newspaper where I could run an ad into. Well, I best make sure that my branding is A1 and that my wording appears exactly as I want it to be, because that's the only thing rooting in my favor. It's my words. Now, that's not true anymore. Imagine if you had an algorithm where, 1, your ads are being shown to millions of people. 2, there's actually billions of users on that same platform, or billions of users reading that same newspaper. And 3, magically somehow the text that you input into that same newspaper shows very slight variations of it, and then shows these micro improvements in performance, meaning that you get better results at the end of the day. Isn't that something you would want with your newspaper ad? I personally would want that. Your best interest is to convert. If you're advertising on Facebook, you are therefore a direct response marketer, which you should want a direct response, which usually is in the form of a sale if you're an e-commerce brand. So fear not. In fact, embrace this change. You now have a much stronger ally that is helping create these more engaging, sometimes although funny and maybe weird, but arguably better ad variations that get you more results at the end of the day. So with that being said, first link in the description down below is going to be a link to our free school community where we have an entire mini course on e-commerce, paid advertising, economics, the basics and whatnot. Hours and hours upon content on that community. So check it out down below. And if you're watching this video and you are above $50,000 a month with your brand, then also check out the description below and book in a call to speak with our team. We'd love to help you out with your paid advertising campaign as well as all of your creative production. So with that being said, I'll let you enjoy some more videos on the channel about some e-commerce, paid advertising, and marketing tips. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.